Good evening everyone. So in the last lecture we discussed about the microwaves, introduction of microwave, electromagnetic spectrum as well as microwave application. So in this lecture we will discuss about the transmission line, what are the medium for transport electromagnetic energy in the form of microwave which transmit from one point to another point, what are the different issues are related if frequencies increases, what are the other things component we can use, what are the different components, so that is called waveguide, what are the different types of waveguide, how waveguide or how electromagnetic wave propagated through the medium. So we will see visually all those things. Now start. First, what is transmission lines? So transmission line is a medium which can transfer power from one point to another point. So in the second year we will discuss about the transmission line in details. So now we will discuss about the briefly the transmission line, what are the disadvantage of transmission line. First, so we will see that transmission line, that is called coaxial cable transmission line. So here we will see two conductor is there, one is the inner conductor and another one is the outer conductor. So two conductor we are using, one is the inner conductor and another one is the outer conductor. Now in the transmission line it is a two conductor system, one is inner as well as outer, but transmission line has some problem because whenever we will see the coaxial cable we are using in our daily life also, in our TV cable, that is actually coaxial cable, as well as in our lab we are using coaxial cable in frequency ranges. But whenever we will see the coaxial cable, that coaxial cable is work up to 3 gigahertz without any effect, but after that 3 gigahertz up to 10 gigahertz for specially designed coaxial cable we are using. So that is the problem, we are not using the coaxial cable after beyond 10 gigahertz. So what is the problem is associated, we will see. Now we will see the another two conductor system or transmission line, that is called microstrip transmission line. So in the microstrip transmission line also two layers are there, one is upper layer and one is bottom or ground layer. So microstrip line also used in antenna, waveguide and other applications. Now coming to the second one, so all the transmission line if you will see that basically two conductor system. If you will see coaxial cable, that also two conductor, if you will see these things, that also two conductor. Now coming to the two conductor system, so one is the upper conductor or outer conductor, that one, and one is the inner conductor. So that is the microstrip line and transmission line, coaxial cable, all are two conductor system. But if the frequency is increases, then the external electric field is affect the conductor or two conductor system. Due to the external electric field, the overall bandwidth will affect. Another way we can see that in higher frequency the number of modes are generated is more compared to the lower frequency. So in the higher frequency, due to the external modes are generated, the bandwidth will get less. So that is the problem of two conductor system, which one is external electric field is attracted, due to that interference occur and the bandwidth is reduced. And another one is the problem is the in higher order applications or high application, number of modes are generated more. Due to that number of modes, the problem is associated. Now coming to the another point, that is called waveguide. How we will overcome all those things for higher frequency application. So earlier see that whenever we will see the coaxial cable or microstrip lines, that is two conductor system, but waveguide is a single conductor system. So here outer conductor, only single conductor are used. So in the earlier case we have seen there is two conductor, but here is only single conductor. Due to that single conductor, the external electric field is not affected. And we will see that conductor material, that material also more conductive more conductive as possible. So that is called waveguide. We also discussed the waveguide in detail. So what is waveguide? So waveguide is a hollow metal tube. It is filled by air or some other dielectric material. Now it is already we discussed that waveguide is a one conductor system. So outer side conductor in the waveguide whenever we are using, that make is as more conductive as more possible. So its resistance must be less. If conductance increases, then resistance decreases. So next, the inner surface coated with gold or silver. Why the inner surface is coated with gold or silver? Because if you coated the inner surface with gold or silver, then internal reflection will take place smoothly. So in the waveguide, their internal reflection is going on, and that's why the wave is coated from one point to the another point. Now what is the function? We will see in the velocity of the wave of propagation in the waveguide. Due to the internal reflection take place, whenever we will see the waveguide, the internal reflection will take place like that. And this surface become more conductive by using copper or gold. Inner surface is coated with copper and gold. So that internal reflection takes place. If you will see one point is there, another point is there, if directly it is going from this point to that point, the velocity will be more. But if it is propagated through the waveguide, the velocity will become less. Next, coming to the next point, that is it is transporting electromagnetic energy from one point to the another point. So that is all related to the waveguide. It is a hollow tube. It is a one conductor system. Its inner surface is coated with gold or silver. Velocity of the wave propagation is less due to the multiple reflection takes place, and it works for transporting electromagnetic energy from one point to the another point. So in the last slide we discussed about the waveguide. Waveguide is a hollow metal tube. It transporting electromagnetic energy from one point to another point. Now we will see what are the different types of waveguide is available in the market to transmit the microwave energy from one point to the another. So that is the one form, that is the circular waveguide. Next, there is a different form, bending and other things are available. Next, this type. So those are the, apart from those, there are some other shapes are also available in the market. So in our microwave lab, we'll use those to transmit microwave energy from one point to the another point. Now coming to the point, why waveguide? So in the first slide, we'll discuss about the disadvantage of transmission line. So transmission line is a two conductor system. So in the frequency, if we will increase, then the external electric field is affected that two conductor system. But we know the waveguide is a one conductor system. So only single conductor we are using. So if external electric field is not affected there. Another form in the waveguide is specially used for high frequency application. So that is 10 gigahertz or up to 100 gigahertz. Or we can see that specially designed waveguide we can use after that also, above that range also. So why waveguide? So the first question is, that is in two conductor system, whatever we are facing, that we are not facing in the waveguide. So that is to reduce attenuation losses. Another is, it can be used in ultra high frequency and microwave application. So we already discussed that coaxial line we can use up to 3 gigahertz or specially designed coaxial cable up to 10 gigahertz. But this we can use it up to 10 to 100 gigahertz. Now coming to the next point, it operates above certain frequency. That's why the waveguide is also act as a high pass filter. So below that, the waveguide is not working. So those are why waveguide. Now coming to the types of waveguide. So waveguide is basically we divided into two categories. One is rectangular waveguide and one is circular waveguide. So apart from those, other shapes are available. But why we are choosing these two shapes? Because for analyzing purpose, those two shapes we can easily use. But apart from that, there are other some different shapes based on our application we are using. Now see what is rectangular waveguide and how wave is propagated through the rectangular waveguide. So see, rectangular waveguide is a rectangular cross section, it will be there. It is used for high frequency application. And circular waveguide is tabular or circular conductor. But in the circular waveguide, the advantage is it is easy to manufacture because it is a hollow tube. We can manufacture compared to the rectangular. Circular waveguide is manufacturing is comparatively easy. Now coming to circular waveguide, it is used for long distance communication. In your optical communication also, they are using circular waveguide pattern. So inner layer is core, outer layer is cladding. So those you have another subject also, optical communication, that sir will discuss in detail. Now how the wave propagated through the rectangular waveguide. If you will see, the wave is propagated is like that. So whenever see, that is the in waveguide that it supports only transfer electric or transfer magnetic. It does not support transverse electromagnetic. So we will discuss why it is not support transverse electromagnetic, why it is supports only transfer. So if we will see the things, that part is magnetic and that part is electric, and wave is propagated through one point to the another point. Now coming to the point, if it is not matched, we will see in power transformer or whenever we will transform from one place to another place, then if it is not matched, then what will happen? If it is not matched, then again reflection will come. So here one transmitted wave, another one is reflection wave will come and standing wave pattern will generate. Now coming to the circular waveguide. So same concept coming to the circular waveguide, how propagate is. So here we will see that successive reflection is taking place. So that is the condition, whenever we will transport the, then successive reflection will be caused. So here wave is generated, here it is reflected, again it is reflected from there, again it is reflected, and again it is reflected. So due to that successive reflection, the velocity, if we will consider velocity equal to distance by time, but here multiple reflection, the velocity is of wave of propagation is quite less compared to the normal. Consider, if you will consider 2 point and you will calculate the velocity, but in waveguide case, due to the successive reflection, the velocity of the wave propagation is quite less compared to the normal case. Now that is the summary. So we started from transmission lines. What is the disadvantage of transmission line? What are the waveguides? What is the rectangular of waveguide? Where we are using? So first, transmission line is a medium which can transfer power from one point to the another point. It is a two conductor system, but it is not able to use in higher frequency application. We can use up to 10 gigahertz or 3 gigahertz for specially designed transmission line. We will also see what are the different types of transmission line, that is coaxial cable, microstrip line. What are the of transmission line, why it is not used for higher cases. Next we comes to the solution, means if it is not used for higher frequency, where in higher frequency which things we will use. So in the higher frequency we will use waveguide. So waveguide is a one conductor system. In the transmission line 2 conductor, but waveguide is a 1 conductor. In waveguide also inner surface coat is coated with silver or gold to improve its reflection capability. Another things we'll see different types of the waveguide. So that is rectangular waveguide as well as circular waveguide. And the application of the waveguide. So what are the different application of the waveguide, we will discuss in detail. Now coming to the questions. So in this lecture we will cover those questions. What is transmission line? What is waveguide? If one plate of the waveguide will short, then what will happen? So if we will short one plate of the waveguide, then standing wave pattern will generate. So whenever we will see, if we will shorted this plate, then this is our incident wave. So this wave will be reflected from this particular point. If this point is reflected, then again another wave will become. So this will create the standing wave pattern. Next, why coaxial cable are not used for high frequency application? Because coaxial cable is a two conductor system. In the high frequency application, whenever we are using coaxial cable, then the outer electric field or electric field will interface, as well as whenever we will see the high frequency propagation, the other modes will also come. So those will affect the overall bandwidth of the coaxial cable. That's why we are not using the coaxial cable for high frequency application. So in the next lecture, we'll discuss about what are the different modes of the rectangular waveguide, why transverse electromagnetic modes are not used for rectangular waveguide. So what is transfer electric modes, what is transfer magnetic mode, as well as we develop an expression for the field expression for the transverse magnetic modes. So thank you everyone for